Yo, what's up, guys? Terrell here on Terrell Game Vlogs. I know it's been a minute. I think Pokemon X and Y legitimately fucked up my schedule. Not even schedule, just my mental clock and how I usually do videos. And I realized that I haven't done a video on this channel since it's been at least a week. I think it's been over a week, hasn't it? It's been it's been over 10 days. I haven't uploaded a video on here in almost 2 weeks. Which shocks me because I'm usually not that inconsistent with videos on here. And then I realized, alright, Pokemon X and Y came out on the 12th, so I just did not give a fuck. I did not give a flying fuck, actually, it looked like. I have no excuse for that. So, here's something I should have been doing. Let me rephrase it. I've recorded this video. This is probably the second or third time I've recorded this video because I tried to record it the first time. It didn't work out the way I wanted to, and so we're gonna try this again. This is my fall 2013 anime thoughts and the shows I'm watching, and just to kind of go over some stuff and tell you how I feel about some things, and let's just get right into it. Also, I am on hummingbird.me, and I will leave my profile in the description, so if you're on there, you can check it out, and you can look at it, and all that other fun stuff. So let's go through pretty much all the basics. First thing, Kill la Kill. I just finished watching episode 4 today, which was probably the most chilled out of the episodes we're probably going to get for that show. And I'm not totally sure, is Kill la Kill supposed to have 26 or 13? Because if it's supposed to have 13... I'm surprised they wasted an episode on this. If it's supposed to have 26, then shit's probably gonna start getting really real, like in the next few episodes, and then they'll probably have some type of twist, which will lead into another 13 episodes. Because it's kind of obvious what we're gonna go through is that these two are gonna clash. Eventually, she will beat her, and then we'll find out the true villain, and then we'll have to go through that little arc. That's usually how this works, but you know, Kill la Kill. I'm still indifferent, gearing more towards the positive side to it, because episode 4, at the very least, was funny and entertaining. So, I give it that. One Piece anime has been cool. I mean, we're finishing off Punk Hazard, which I know we're going in the filler right after this arc. For those who don't think we're going into filler, considering Oda's been taking a lot of breaks this year, and I can't think right now. The Dressrosa arc isn't, I think at the very most might be 20-something. It might be about 20-something chapters so far. Like, we've only had 20-something chapters of Dressrosa, when most arcs at the very least are around 50 chapters. So at the very most, you could say out of this entire time, we've only gotten halfway through the Dressrosa arc. So I'm pretty sure we're going in the filler right after this. So for anyone who doesn't believe that, you're out of your fucking mind. We're probably going to filler. Next, I think this Saturday should have Luffy. He just knocked the fuck out of... Yeah, he just beat the shit out of Caesar. So I think the next episode is pretty much ending shit off. I think this is when we'll start seeing Frankie and the whole Baby 5 fight. I think that'll be what the rest of this... The next few episodes will probably be dedicated to. Next off is Infinite Stratos 2. The next episode for that actually airs tomorrow. I've been sorta indifferent towards Infinite. Half of me wants to say it's better because it's actually focusing on an interesting thing, which is that Ichika's too weak, and actually focusing on that, but they're still doing the harem stuff, which I don't have a problem with. I mean, I'm watching it because of the harem. I know what I'm getting into. The part that I'm not a fan of is probably the new girl. I'm not really a huge fan. I don't know why, she just comes off as an annoying bitch to me. Like, I don't know what it is. Just she does not seem appealing. It looked like last episode was going to get into an actual, like, more of a hardcore plot, and the preview looked like it was going to get into a hardcore plot, but we'll see. But Infinite Stratos has been okay. I don't have any problems with it. It's been alright. Next up, for those who didn't know, Neon Alley is starting to air, Madoka Magica, now, and they aired the first episode last week, and the second episode will be this week. As far as my first impressions of the first episode, it's a fucking shoujo that has a dark undertone to it. There's not much to say because the first episode hints to some things, but not to enough. Like, what confused me is you have the girl with the blonde hair, and Homer is chasing, I don't know the thing's name. I want to say it's the Kyuubi, but I don't think that's it. But it might be Kyuubi, the little fox thing that everyone's afraid of. Homer's chasing that in the beginning, and you're like, wait a minute. So you're listening to the orders of the blonde-haired chick, but you're trying to kill it. But you seem to be following its orders. So I'm not totally sure where the chain of command comes from, but whatever. We'll see where that goes as we continue, I guess. Next series. I couldn't become a hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job. Another show, it's one of those, it's kind of like Kill la Kill, but it's a little bit more positive than Kill la Kill. Meaning, right off the bat, I didn't fall in love with it, but at the same time, I was kind of neutral, and I just slightly started enjoying it a little bit more and more as it went on. But at the same time, there's nothing really here for me to grab onto. I mean, you have what's the name? Fino and Raul, who obviously are a love interest, and then you also have the whole idea that, you know, the Demon King has been killed. So there's, I like the idea, but it's more of me trying to figure out whether I like it. I know it's going to go in harem mode. I'm like 90% sure it's going to harem mode. Especially with the last episode, which was the whole tentacle raping air conditioner. It's one of those harems that has the potential to be a little bit better than normal. It really just depends on the direction it goes. But overall, I don't have nothing's really annoying me about it. I like Fino and Raul, and I like the whole idea that he still has the dream of becoming a hero. It's just more of, he had to let it go for realism, but at the same time, it's kind of like just a natural human dream now. You're just dreaming of becoming something greater than what you are, which is what all humans do on some level. At least I would hope to. Want to be the strongest in the world. Pretty much Hajime no Ippo for ecchi fans and niggas who like to watch violence with pretty women. I swear to God, the episode that aired this week was the most annoying fucking thing I ever seen in my life. It was annoying because they spent an entire episode of her just fucking doubting herself. Her just failing. And what made it worse, they fucking pissed you off with this whole, they had her be momentarily inspired, and then the next few scenes she's just still getting her ass kicked up and down again. What made it weirder is that no one from the association is saying shit. Like, it had to be like one of the most well established female wrestlers who said something to her, and it wasn't even like she said anything to her. She just fucking invited her for a sparring match and was like, yo, you are not quitting this. You are just gonna you either die or you do something. Pretty much trying to backing her into a corner. That's pretty much all it was for. And I was like, I will say, until the show, I didn't realize how annoying, and I mean this, how fucking annoying hearing a Japanese girl scream gets after like 10 minutes. It is so fucking annoying. It is unnecessarily annoying. I was actually frustrated by the end of that episode, just partially due to the screaming, partially due to just how they handle things. I'm kind of just meh. The episode just really just put me in a meh mood. Granted, I wasn't really expecting too much to begin with, so I'm just kind of like indifferent to it. Next off is Monogatari second season, which apparently the next arc is based around Shinobu, which is kind of disappointing because if anything, I hope this season ends at the very least with the ending of the Sengoku stuff, which I think it will. But I'm mad because I wanted to see Kaburu's arc in this one, because Shinobu to me doesn't really need another fucking arc, especially because it's not the arc I want to see. It's another arc that I don't really know anything about. What do I mean by that? Well, considering Mayoi's arc is like partially around Shinobu anyway, it's like you're gonna give me another Shinobu arc, and then I gotta wait for the Nadeshiko arc to end, and then I get the Kaburu arc, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to wait for that. It's like I like Shinobu enough now, but it's like I don't need another arc with her, especially because it's not the backstory arc that I want to see, like how this shit all started. No, it's just a new fucking arc, and I'm just like, great. Great. It's like the two things you need to show me is the ending of the Nadeshiko Sengoku arc and a Kanbaru Suruga arc, and they're just kind of like, we're gonna give you a Shinobu arc, and we're just sitting there going, really? You're gonna give me a Shinobu arc? You couldn't just give me this? It's like, come on! I didn't need to fucking see that. And this arc just mind fucked me. From what I understand, that arc does turn out. It doesn't get horrible, but you know, I mean, it ends right, but still, I don't like that shit, man. I don't like that shit. Anyways, next up is Hunter x Hunter, which has been entertaining. Pretty much, we're gonna go on through the section of the arc where Gon and Killua start making their Chimera Ant arc friends. And there's another character that is shown in the ending that we haven't seen yet. So I'm looking forward to how that character is going to get introduced and what their purpose is, because they seem to keep pairing that character up with the king, even though there are scenes at the end where you see Netro paired up with the king, meaning I'm pretty sure Netro is going to die, because I think the next arc has something to do with picking a new chairman, which is what Netro's position is, I believe. But still, you know, and considering from what I heard from Z, there was like, oh, Knuckles going to be fighting a lot in this arc. So I'm like, I guess how far are we into the Chimera Ant arc? Like, from what I heard, Chimera Ant arc took a while because it was one of those arcs that he just recently finished. Because, you know, Togashi takes breaks like a motherfucker. So, I'm not sure how specifically, how long this arc is, considering we've gone through like 2 openings worth of Chimera Ant arc stuff, and it's weird because Chimera Ant arc started what in the 80s, 90s, I think, in terms of the episodes. Had to be the 80s because I know it hasn't been that damn long. It's probably been about we've only like 30 episodes in. So, but I'm enjoying what I'm watching. I mean, the last few episodes have been interesting, and I'm gonna give Hunter x Hunter props. You have a really good manga to have battle mechanics and fights that are still interesting, like, years later. Because the Killua shit with the dude with the dart ability, that was interesting as fuck, and I'm like, wow, you wouldn't expect this from an old manga, especially the older arcs like fucking Greed Island and Heaven's Arena and Yorkshire arc. I thought those were really good arcs considering how old they are. Granted, some of these may not be as old as I feel like, because remember, this dude takes breaks like a motherfucker, so, yeah. So Hunter x Hunter, good shit. Space Brothers, oh god, the Hibito stuff with Olga, that's been some shit, dude. That's been some shit. You can kind of tell Olga has a crush on him. I do like the gag that every time they're around each other, Olga's like, when are you gonna say yay? When are you gonna say yay? But, you know, this week is going to be kind of rough because, you know, the rest of the higher-ups just found out about Hibito's condition. So if Hibito doesn't get that shit fixed, they're going to put his ass into important but not important status. And he doesn't need to be there right now. So Space Brothers has been getting really interesting. Magi second season. I'm looking forward to seeing where Magi goes this season because it looks like they're splitting up, obviously. And they're all going to do their individual training. And I like how they're kind of showing the evil side of Sinbad. Now, granted, it's not like Sinbad's evil, but Sinbad has learned how to manipulate the fuck out of people. And you're kind of like, Sinbad, you cool, but we can kind of see that ulterior motive you shit you're pulling. So I like the fact that they're all three going their separate ways. Granted, I think if anyone's going to get probably the least amount of training, it might be Morgiana, because Morgiana is just going to go see her country. Granted, from what I heard, that country gets kind of fucked up later. Like, from what I've heard, Morgiana has to deal with some shit. At least from what, what's his name, Saru said. So, also, Hakuru need to get off of Morgiana, man. I think Alibaba claimed that. And on top of that, you don't fuck with my girl. I'm still a Morgiana fanboy all fucking day. Hakuru is going to get his ass kicked. I'm just being honest. So that's been awesome. I think that is everything that I'm watching. I know I was saying I was going to watch Freezing 2, but honestly, I don't know, with Funimation simulcasts, I've never been in the mood to just straight out watch them. Granted, Freezing 2, I kind of don't have a choice because I haven't even seen the dub for Freezing 2, so if I'm going to watch it, I need to watch the Japanese version. I'm trying to think of anything else. I haven't watched anything on DVD in a while. I got Future Diary back here. I just haven't fucking watched it. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Because the only stuff that's airing on Neon Alley that I'm watching is the dub of season 1 for Magi, which isn't really anything. Obviously, Madoka Magica and Saturdays is fucking Rama 1/2, but Rama 1/2, I've already watched the first season, so I'm not even going to be like going back to watch that until they hit episode 19. So that's not going to be a big deal. Plus that Rama 1/2 is long as shit. It's like 161 episodes, so it's not really on my list of shit to watch. I do need to fucking finish Best Wishes so I can go into X and Y, because I've heard people put Serena in terms of female characters on the same level as like Misty. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna go. I think that's it. I think that's all the anime stuff updates I need to give you. And this video was only 16 minutes, so please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Tell me what shows you're watching. I'll leave a link in the description for the list and my hummingbird.me account, so if you want to follow me on that, you can. It makes the interaction cooler, and we can talk about our reactions to shows, whatevers. Because I am more active on this than my anime list account, which is for the most part been dead. Especially when I found out you could sync those accounts together, so I didn't even have to put in all the shows again. I just literally linked them together. I'm like, well, hummingbird.me is a lot easier to manage all this shit, especially because you can just like click a button and be like, oh, I watched this episode, so that's cool. Anyways, this has been the vlog. This is a game from your boy Terrell. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. So,